In this episode of Before, Behind, and Between, an episode that ushers in Season 8, you'll hear the ramblings, musings, and commentaries of me. Every now and then, I have something to say, as odd as that might seem, and this episode, with a nice short running time, is that place to talk about the world of the Smartypants.
Starts now.
I recently came across a meme on someone's social media feed. I can't remember who or where since all this stuff is increasingly blurred. The image showed an older man smiling, holding a cup of coffee and sitting at a laptop. The caption was something like, "I've decided to switch my expertise from virology to global affairs in Afghanistan." How true. The internet is beautiful. And it has transformed beautiful people into soapboxes of misinformation. At one time, people would say, well, I heard it on the radio, or I saw it on the news, or I read it in the paper, so it must be true. Today, people consume tidbits by choice and apply that information as fact, and that's just plain scary. Some of you might be aware of the national news around Indigenous issues in Canada. Well, I can't begin to accurately count the number of new experts on this topic. It's astounding. It's crept into discussion groups like Reddit, where some wise members respond to conversation threads by telling people not to rely on Reddit for legal advice, copyright advice, and the like. Despite this, people do. And just as many people sit with their coffee mugs at the ready to offer expert advice on just about anything that pops into their social media feed. So I ask the question, what's worse, living in a world of apathy or living in a world of Smartypants? Visit stephenchristiansen.ca for more episodes of Before, Behind, and Between. This podcast is available on all platforms and podcast streaming apps including Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. I'm Stephen Christiansen. Thanks for listening.
Production of Stephen Christensen. Podcast complete.